up yet again. Have not missed much since we've been out. 3rd down and 17 is all we've missed. Incomplete pass there on the last one. Looking for receiver Drake Lindsay over the middle. Beautifully struck down to Jalen Smith, and looks like Buffalo's going to try and run away with it. I'm going to need some clarification on this one because it looked like a complete catch there. So he gets absolutely leveled right after he makes it back.
The receiver got the ball. It was down before the ball came out.
We're going to rule it and say that he caught it, was down, and then the ball popped out.
Almost
All we can hope for there as
almost yet another scare there for us Gophers fans.
Jalen Smith leveled after he made the catch. Kind of leaning down, gets sliced by 2 holes. Very ugly looking play as I can see on the replay.
Yet another review coming here from the referees.
That's our 5th review today, Philip.
Yeah.
Really, all of them have been warranted. I've been very confused up here in the booth trying to see what's going on down there on the field.
From what I saw, it looked like he was down by contact, but we'll see with closer review, I'm sure. So you got the catch, his backside is down. The ball doesn't look like it comes out until after he gets hit on the ground. He bobbles it just slightly as he's going to the ground, but by then he's already got control as he gets hit.
I don't know what the officials are going to be able to say. It was initially ruled as a catch.
I'd be very shocked if this gets overturned.
Usually in a situation like this, you'd be hearing from Mike Pereira or Gene Sarator saying, well, whatever the call originally was, it's hard to overturn it when you don't have enough evidence.
Yeah.
If I had a nickel for every time I heard that, I'd have a lot of nickels. I can't imagine that this situation would be much different when it gets wedged. Quite honestly, who can hold on to that ball when you have 2 helmets in your lap, basically?
Well, and speaking of money, that throw from Lindsay was a dime to his receiver.
Auburn overturned it.
Oh my gosh.
4th and 17.
You have got to be kidding me.
Another thing does not go the Gophers' way here early in the first half.
Well, the
I
ref,
believe the scoreboard does not properly reflect this game. Drake Lindsay, really it was a good play design by PJ Fleck, gets 20 yards, but it's wiped off the board.
well, numbers-wise, the Gophers are absolutely annihilating Buffalo here. I mean, they have probably about 5 or 6 times the total yards, about double the total time of possession.
Punt is a swiveler down to the 22, bobbled by the return man.
Even if he had picked that up, I don't think he was going anywhere, Tim.
It was Victor Strong, the transfer from Nevada, who Minnesota played last year. They're going to mark it at about the 20.5-yard line. Really, like I said before, I just don't think that the scoreboard reflects how this game has actually gone. Minnesota with 158 total yards, got down into the red zone, I believe twice officially, almost 3 times.
Well, this game reminds me of the 2009 Vikings-Saints NFC Championship game where they outgained the Saints in yards by a lot, but the game was still close by self-inflicted wounds and dubious calls by the refs, in my opinion.
First play from the Wolves from the line of scrimmage, Roberson moving through the Gopher defense for a nice gain of about 5 or 4 yards. Buffalo's up and running on their current drive. Let's see if they can get any offense going now that they have a little bit of life. Roberson going for it all. Beautiful play by the Iowa transfer. John Nestor saying no. No, sir.
Beautiful play by the cornerback there. He kept his eyes on the wide receiver, looked to see if he looked up for the ball, and as soon as he saw the wide receiver do that, he turned his head, looked for the ball, and then knocked it away, making sure he couldn't get that.
Pass intended for McMillan. Fourth down situation deep in their own territory at the 25-yard line. 3rd and 6, 5:35 remaining in the second quarter. Overson takes it, wants to throw. He's going to escape, and it looks like he's going to get the first down there. Even through the Gopher defense, looks like he's going to be very close. But it's stripped by Boyd Parrish. Referees are going to slot it short, just short. 4th and inches for Buffalo. Offense is staying out there on the field. Plus, they believe that it's a first down, and I bet you we're going to have another replay.
Yeah, we might.
Official replay, number 6 for today.
No surprise here, as that was a very close play. He got very close to that first down marker. Overall today, I'd say our defense has done a pretty good job of holding Buffalo's offense down. They haven't been able to do much. The only reason why they have a field goal is because of that wacky interception that Lindsey and Greer had earlier in the game.
Part of this is just the growing pains of a new offense, a very young offense. Obviously with a lot of experience from A.J. Turner, but for the most part, nobody on the Gophers has really had much experience other than Darius Taylor. Rockington. I'm looking at this replay, and the yellow line on the FS1 broadcast has it right at the line to gain. I think it's going to be a first down Buffalo. No, this is very reminiscent to me of the North Carolina game last year because, again, where a lot of those growing pains. Lindsey, of course, can't blame him or Gears for that interception, but Rosemer in that game last year had 2 fumbles and allowed for 2 North Carolina field goals, which just kept him in it close enough even after they lost their starting quarterback in that game. I'd like to see the Gophers get a very, very, very crucial stop here. They did confirm a first down. Roberson keeping again. Looks like he's going to just look to use his legs.
Looks like Buffalo's trying to throw off the Gopher defense by having Roberson do quite a few QB draws so that they can't hone in on the running backs or wide receivers.
If you've ever watched Penn State football, you know how they stack the box. That leaves a lot of space open in the middle. The Gophers really have no linebackers sitting in there. They're rushing in and applying pressure, which they've been doing all night. Roberson's starting to pick up on it. He's finding some open grass. Handoff. Huge gain for Buffalo up the middle for number 25. Getting his first carry of the game. Jared Shelton from that's my area, Franklin, Wisconsin. I believe I saw him play in high school.
And you can see the adverse effects of those QB draws from Roberson. Because of that, the Gopher defenders were too afraid to go after the running back, and that's why he had such a gaping hole.
Also sticking with that handoff, going to Henderson this time. Nothing there. A gain of maybe a half-yard for the Bulls. The Bulls switching their offensive strategy. They were trying to go pass heavy, that quick offense as Phil was talking about earlier. They're switching it up to keeping 3 guys, 3 running options. Roberson definitely a threat with his legs. Henderson a threat with his legs. And now bringing Shelton in. Roberson to throw this time. Another quick throw out to the outside. Going to be caught by Josiah Gaping. Buffalo is moving the chains quite efficiently here. 3:40 and counting left in the first half. Love to see the Gophers can stop here. They just have to take their time here, as they will do just that, taking some time to substitute.
Because of the confusions at the line, the cornerbacks are forced to do more of a zone concept, and there the Buffalo Bulls found a hole in the zone. They were able to convert for the first down.
Under pressure, able to get away. It's about 4 yards. Once again, a scramble play for Buffalo. Something very unpredictable to try and stop as a defense, especially when it drops back and wants to try and stay in the pocket and pass.
could tell on this drive, Buffalo's goal is to confuse the Gophers' defensive line. Earlier in the game, their runs were all getting stuffed. But now they're changing things up.
Second down and 7 for Buffalo. 2:20 and counting remaining right before the 2-minute timeout. Snap taken by Roberson. It'll be Henderson running up the middle up to about the 30-yard line. This will be a huge third down here for the Gopher defense. Gophers in general, as a squad, look very disorderly since that wacky interception. While I can't blame them, now is the time to lock in and get a good stop. We have reached the 2-minute timeout here at Huntington Bank Stadium. We will take a 3-minute break and be right back with 3rd and 3. Buffalo 3, Minnesota 7. You're listening to Radio K Sports. Welcome back inside Huntington Bank Stadium as the Buffalo Bulls are moving. 30-yard line, 3rd down and 4. 2 minutes left in the first half here in this opening game of the season. Roberson with the running back to his left. He's going to hand off to Shelton and he is stuffed.
He goes absolutely nowhere. That was beautifully covered by the Gophers' defensive line. I love to see that.
Jalen Logan Redding, you are not getting past that brick wall. Beautiful stop by the Golden Gopher defense as Buffalo is going to bring out their place kicker yet again, Howes. So far, 1 for 1 today, 8 from 36 yards. This one just a bit farther at 47. Excuse me, 30. Wait, no, I'm right, 47.
Like I was saying earlier, our defense has held Buffalo pretty well in check. It's just up to our offense to open this game up.
Kick is up and wide left. Boy, at the distance. And Gopher on the scoreboard is effective.
Yeah, their kicker just yanked it wide left.
I was about to mention that we weren't able to watch warm-ups after having, as you've seen, loads and loads of technical difficulties today. But he did have the leg, but not the accuracy. Buffalo 3, Minnesota 7 will remain the score as the Gophers are going to have a chance with 1:17 left in the half to try and build a little more of a lead.
It's a skill issue, too. It's a skill issue.
And it looks like the punter, Trennan, had the laces sort of pointed at the kicker, and those two may have a little kerfuffle there on the sideline. 1:17 remaining in the half. Ball at the 30-yard line of Minnesota.
Come on.
Lindsey.
Come on, Gophers. Let's go down and score on this drive.
Love to see a bit of a hurry-up offense here. Lindsey does exactly that. Finds the receiver from UCLA, Logan Moya, for about a 9-yard gain. Second down and 1.5. Lindsey takes a quick snap over the middle. Dangerous pass. Trying to find Jameson Gears again. Defended very well by Buffalo defense, Matthew Hilty.
Lindsey had to force that ball a little bit behind his receiver on that play, and unfortunately it was a little too behind him as he was not able to secure the catch, and that's why it fell incomplete.
I'm all right with the play call. The Gophers are going to have a 3rd and short here.
I would almost have Lindsey run this out if he can't find anybody open for the first down.
We're going to hand off to Taylor to the right, who's going to find some space, cut up to almost the 50-yard line. Gophers are going to have to take a timeout here. They're going to opt for the hurry-up offense with 51 seconds left. I'm forgetting the college rule is that the clock does not start up until the chains have moved. Lindsey with the quick snap. Looking to throw, sideline, ooh, just in and out of the hands. Ron Tracy.
It almost looked like the cornerback may have gotten a little bit of his hand on that pass, which made it go incomplete.
That's Oliver Bridges on the deflection. Very well played by him. Jalen McNair also in the area. Gophers just can't convert on that sideline there. Incomplete pass will count as good as a timeout. 43 seconds remaining. 2nd and 10 from the Minnesota 47.
I'd almost like to see the Gophers take a shot here.
Minnesota looks like they're going to do just that. Over the middle, Lemecki Brockington out of the 38-yard line. The Gophers are moving. Minnesota looking clinical out there. Drake Lindsey looking comfortable out there.
I love seeing Lindsey making these quick decisions. That shows that how confident and how comfortable he is in the pocket. Now I just want to see him do that down the field more.
Lindsey barking orders as he's going to take them. This slide toward the left hash. Jameson Gears once again defended super closely. Linebacker didn't turn around. That's going to be a pass interference and a Golden Gopher first down.
Yeah, it looked like the linebacker was trying to tackle him before he even had the ball.
That's about the 3rd time that's happened. On Jameson Gears are trying any way to stop him. That's Savion Brown from Harvey, Illinois on the penalty. The linebacker.
Well, Lindsey has been targeting Gears as kind of his security blanket over the middle of the field, so I'm not surprised they're trying to shut him down.
Pass interference in college, not a spot foul, but a 15-yard penalty. So that'll bring down to the 23-yard line. Buffalo takes their first timeout. 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. The Gophers are threatening just outside the red zone on the 23. Minnesota 7, Buffalo 3. You're listening to Radio K Sports. Welcome back to Radio K Sports. 30-second timeout. That being Buffalo's first of the half. They will have 2 remaining. Minnesota 2 timeouts remaining. 30 seconds remaining in the half. Drake Lindsay looking very comfortable out there. Has Darius Taylor to his right. 2 receivers out left. 1 right. Lindsay with the snap. He's going to drop back. Take a shot toward the end zone. Just over Lemecky Brockington. Defended well there by number 9 of Buffalo, Keontae Bradley.
Well, even though a lot of these back shoulder throws haven't worked out for Lindsay, I'm very glad that he's taking these shots because it gets him experience in the pocket and it gets him experience with taking those throws. He needs to be able to take those throws when needed to.
And he's taking those throws early, which I like. The receiver's not quite out of their break. He's not quite sure where they're going, but he knows where they're supposed to be going. So you like to see the confidence out of him. 25 seconds remaining. He's taking another snap. Short throw to Tracy. Beautifully spins out of a tackle and gets out of bounds, stopping the clock. 19 seconds remaining. Gophers first down at about the
14-yard line.
14-yard line. They're going to work at the 14-yard line. That'll be 3rd down and 2, I believe. 3rd down and 1-yard line. Stadium correcting me there. Gophers will have 2 chances realistically on this to get it. 19 seconds, plenty of time, 2 timeouts. No need to go for it all here. So they'll hand it off to Taylor for the insurance yard, and he will get it. And then some, right down to about the 10. 13 seconds remaining. TJ Fleck will call timeout as he runs out to the ref. First down, Minnesota.
And you could see that run play coming a mile away. The Gophers' offensive line has been pretty dominant tonight, I'd say. So running the ball on 3rd and 2 is a pretty good option.
Unfortunately for Buffalo, Darius Taylor is about the best running back in the Big Ten. Not going to be able to stop him.
Buffalo may have the team name, but Darius Taylor is a true ball.
Couldn't have said it better myself, no. It's been a wild first half here from Huntington Bank Stadium. We are now with 15 seconds with the clock correction here. Gophers starting out pretty stagnant, showing some signs of life, but not being able to put anything into the end zone. Finally getting in on a very good catch by Jameson Gears, 9 yards from Drake Lindsay. Having a wild play tipped off the foot of Jameson Gears. Buffalo able to bring it back down to 20 and score. That is all the scoring we've had in this one. 3-7. Lindsay takes it from under center, looking to throw. First option isn't there. Second option is not there either, and almost picked off. Intended target, Jalen Smith.
Yeah, that was a dangerous and ill-advised pass from Lindsay. He tried to force that to the back of the end zone. If it's not there, realistically, you should just run out of the pocket and throw it away.
Javon Tracy was the intended read. Lindsay decided to look away and try a second read to Smith, and that was almost disastrous. Luckily it was dropped, and we have 2nd down and 10, 11 seconds remaining.
You'd almost love to see a QB draw on one of these plays here just for a second because we do have one more timeout.
Goal to go, Lindsay moving around, and he's going to get sacked behind the 20-yard line. And all the things you wanted to see on a play like that, a sack was about the last one.
That's a horrible thing to happen because now we're way back, probably on the edge of field goal range, I'd say. It forces us to take a timeout.
Third down and 20. 6 seconds to go. Half the thing to go for some field goal. They take their final timeout. At the end of the day, what you wanted to see out of the Gophers was a very well run offensive drive. The sack by both Kobe Stewarts. There, Will Clark. Very good play by Buffalo to stop the Gopher offense and hold them to a field goal attempt.
Lindsay on that last play froze up a little bit, and that's what allowed that sack to happen. Very common for a rookie quarterback to freeze up once the pressure gets very close into his face. hopefully with experience, he will learn to run out of the pocket and create plays on his own.
38-yard try for Brady Hindenburg. It is good. Minnesota 10, Buffalo 3. Like I said, promise is being shown on this offensive side, just not being able to convert with a couple of wild plays, and then finally a very bad play. Minnesota does hold a 1-touchdown lead, though, with 2 seconds left in the half, which we can assume would stay. 10-3 Minnesota.
So far, this is a very close game. I don't know if our score predictions will happen or not. We'll have to have a big second half in order for one of us to be right there, Tim.
My prediction is still in play. I believe I went with 28-10.
Yes,
Need some shenanigans for the Gophers to get exactly 18 points left in this game, but a win is a win in my book. So as long as we can get a nice, comfortable second half full of some productive offense, that is all I'll be looking for, Philip.
I mean, technically, my score prediction is still in play, as in the Bulls need to get 3 more field goals, and we need to get 20 more points in a variety of ways.
This is true. Hindenburg will send a swiveler to get the time to run out. Taken by the return.
A fumble!
Fumble! Gophers perhaps able to pick it up, but even if they are, it will not matter. Zeros on the clock in the first half. We will head to halftime. Tim and Philip here with Radio K Sports. We'll be back with a halftime show in just a few minutes.